Hello and welcome to my new project. This is a 91 Jeep Cherokee. It's an XJ, has a little 2.5 liter instead of the 4 liter, which you get what you get, and a 5-speed manual, which is fun. It was repossessed in 2005, and it has not moved under its own power since. Today is July 4th of 2024, and I am finally going to get started. The only thing I've done to it so far is clean it and take the wheels off and put it on jack stands, but otherwise it's good to go. It's very crusty, all the rubber needs to be replaced, and I really hope that this motor runs well. So let me take you around it. As you can see, here is the really quite clean little 4-cylinder. Nothing has been messed with, but there are plenty of vacuum lines that need to be replaced and little things here and there. Yesterday I went by and got a new battery from a friend of mine at Batteries Plus. But I'm hoping everything's good. The fact that there's no crazy modifications, none of the wiring looks too weird, that gives me hope. Because it's been sitting for so long, it only has 131,000 miles on it. Here's the 5-speed, and it even still has the original radio, which is pretty cool. I want to keep that. It is very much a stripper model. The only options I could find are the 4-wheel drive and the air conditioning, which I both hope work. Which I hope both work. It's a little crusty here and there. I'm definitely going to want to take this, clean it up, and maybe just bedline the whole floor. The only major rust, look at this, these are still good. That never happens. But the only rust on it is under the passenger seat. We got this under the passenger back seat, and then this whole big crusty area there. And while it was sitting in downtown Oklahoma City for the better part of 2 decades, somebody came and removed the cat for me, which is just great. You can see, everything is stock, but it's just crusty. It's just nasty. So hoping to fix that up. But so far, I have received the tune-up kit from Quadratech that has the fuel filter, some new plug wires and plugs. I was a little concerned when I first got these because this is longer, but the part numbers are the same, so I'm choosing not to worry about it. Fuel filter, I also went and bought some oil today, and new cap and rotor and an air filter. In here are all the new brakes, which is very exciting. And then this was super cool. So I found these rebuilt fuel injectors from this place, Precision Auto Injectors. And this is a really nice company. They actually included a handwritten thank you note, which I was very impressed by. But altogether, it's actually pretty clean. It's really not too bad. I don't think it'll be too terrible. Tomorrow I'm getting a locksmith to come out here and make a key for it, so I'm hoping that means maybe tomorrow, if I get that stuff put on, I can hear it run. Because who doesn't love to hear a 4-cylinder with an open header? Anyway, let's get started. There we go. I'm not going to bore you with replacing all 4 of these, but I figured I'd take one out. We could take a look at it together, see how it looks, and then I'll go ahead and replace the other ones and come back to you when I'm coming to the cap and the rotor. Alright, it's nearly out. Come on. Is it there? It's there. Alright. This AC compressor is going to be a massive problem. Alright, let's take a look at this together, shall we? Will it focus? Oh, can I? Anyway, I mean, it's a little sooty, it's a little dark, but generally it actually looks pretty good. I'm so far so good. Alright, so here you can see the nice new cap. I just put it on. I do need to replace the wire to whatever type of coil is in here. Need to find that still. There's 4 nice new spark plugs in here, as you can see, and you can see just how much of a pain this one was to get to way down in there. But we'll solder on. Alright, on to the new wires. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this right here so that I can at least pretend to know what I'm doing. Okay. I'm gonna figure out what the best order is here. This one is the longest, so I'm gonna put this one to the back. It does not have the most satisfying click. In fact, it barely even has a click. I don't like that. That's the click I want. Yeah, this feels right. Yeah, feel that click. Okay, so maybe this one just isn't. Yeah, it feels like good connection. Look at that, I just noticed. That's an actual Mopar. Huh, that's original. Alright. Just gonna go over there. Right here. Okay. Try to find a decent way to route that. I think that's gonna be the winner. Come on, engage. There we go. It still wasn't a very nice click, but it was a click. God, I'm worried about this one. I feel like that just isn't making contact, but we'll find out. And last one, I think it's going to be easier to connect it first and then route it, but we'll see if I eat my words. God, this one just sucks. Who designed this? Who put this here? God, I hope I didn't just totally shithouse this thing. Come on. Oh, it looks okay. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a connector right there that, like a banjo bolt that's gigantic for the AC. Alright, we'll see if that works. Now let me get the one to the coil, or whatever the 80s equivalent of a coil. No, it's higher than that. There we go. Got myself a click. Alright, that was way too much effort for replacing 5 little wires, but hopefully that'll at least give it really good ignition. Alright, what should we do next? Let's do the air filter. That sounds like fun. Alright. On to the air filter. Some nice clips. Look at this shit. Look how just like thrown together that is. With the electrical tape and the. Let me put that back so I can get a good replacement and know what it's for. The fuck? What is this? Who does this? Okay, that's actually better than a hose clamp, I'll be honest. Not gonna knock it just because it's different from what I'm accustomed to. Oh, wow. Isn't that special? There just wasn't a filter. These people. Okay. Does this come off fairly easily? Yes. Look at the dust on the top of that. The whole bottom of this is just nasty. So I'm actually gonna switch it to a little time lapse and get this cleaned out. Touch it and not have my hands be disgusting at the end of it, because I work a normal job and having super grody fingernails is not conducive. So, you know, I'm sure there's plenty of you out there that understand what I'm talking about. And no, I'm not saying I'm a stripper or something, it just... Okay. I think this actually kind of squeezed it all together pretty well, because the box was kind of bowing out in the middle. Why is there no clamp on this? Okay. It fits well enough. Alright. This is actually kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. The like giant zip tie clamp. I like that. It's not the worst idea in the world. Oh, I'll reconnect this too. Come on, give me that vacuum. Alright, this one is a mess. And I'm gonna need to find a factory replacement just because there's too many different sizes going on. But I like the effort that somebody put into that. It's just not very good. Well, hello there. Welcome to Under the Jeep. Alright, let's hope this thing isn't just totally ramrodded on there. Oh, what the... Come on. I just measured this off camera so that I looked professional and seamless. And that's not it. Alright, well, this magically grew in size, apparently, or I just measured the wrong thing, which is also very possible. Seriously? Alright. We will try this again. It seemed kind of odd to anyone else. Just not as in it's wrong, but just as in it's a strange coincidence that... See, and that just feels too big. Is this metric? What? Jeep, what were you thinking? Sorry if you can't. It's metric. Why the hell is that metric? Alright. I'm trying to be nice about the whole, like, American car thing. I feel like I should on America's birthday, but there are some parts of this that just seem absolutely clown shoes to me. And that would be a very good example of it. Just like, why? Who did this? I know that these also mix a bunch of, like, star and hex bolts and other stuff. I didn't peg Jeep for a hack this early. You know, nowadays it's a different story, but great. Well, that was goopy and inefficient, but oh well. Alright, let's let that drain. Whenever I go to start this thing up, hopefully tomorrow, just drenched oil all over myself. I'm going to disconnect the plug wire from the knot coil. That way I can just have it crank for a little bit and build up some oil pressure first. because with this 4-cylinder already not being all that fantastic, I want to give it every shot that I can at not sucking. So, okay, I think that's pretty good. Man, I really suck at pouring today, I'm sorry. Alright, oil is in. Now just to clean up my big old mess. Man, that was such a hardcore fail. Oh. But could be worse. Man, it is just crazy how much noise this makes. Just draining oil. Let's go ahead and put this old cap back on. Oh, look at that. Facing perfectly forward. I like that. That gives me the good feelings. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the whatever. Sorry, I am really not with it today, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull the vacuum lines off and I'll set up the camera so you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna run to AutoZone, get the various stuff that I need, and then I will be back. This snakes to there, and this goes down underneath to here. This little, that might be the fuel pressure regulator? I don't know. Is that what that looks like? Let's say it is. Okay. And then orifice, it says so proudly. Now where is the vacuum canister? I don't know. I'm sure this is just unbelievably boring to watch, and I'm sorry for that. Anyway, alright, well it looks like pretty much all the vacuum stuff is the same. Apart from, actually I wonder if there's a way that I could make something like this work that wouldn't totally suck. And that's pliable enough, it'll come off. Alright, I'm gonna take that with me too, just in case. Anyway, I will see you when I'm back. Alright, I am back. There's some dogs barking in the distance, but there's not much I can do about that. I forgot to mention, it has been raining here, and as a result, it is a beautiful 70 degrees. I have all the doors open, so there's going to be a little bit more noise, but I'm hoping that means that I will not, like, lose 10 pounds in water today. So I'm going to go ahead and start replacing these vacuum lines. I bought way more than I initially needed, with the hopes that I can just replace as much of it as I can find. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing that, and I'm going to set you up a different way. I would be more excited about that, but I feel like hell, so I'm not. Okay, now I just need to find the best approach. I think it's going to be under that vacuum line. Or is it? Okay, I don't love this going around brake hard lines, but it'll work. That's all that I really care about right now. Alright, there is one vacuum line that is now less fucked up. Neato burrito. Alright, what's next? Man, I just love this cigar cutter for this purpose. It's just perfect. Okay, just gonna go ahead and squeeze that on there, like so. And then loop it onto here. Might be pushing it just a little bit, but honestly it's not kinking anywhere, so I'm happy with that. Alright. Well, with that project started but not completed, let's go ahead and move on to something else. Either gonna do the belt or the fuel filter. I think I'm gonna do the fuel filter because then I can see if there's still fuel in this thing or not. It is down on this side, underneath someplace. Let's find it together. There it is. So I'll go ahead and set up and we'll get started on that. It's peeing. It's peeing old gasoline. Gross. Alright, I'm gonna go wash my hands. Just trying to push it back a little bit. Alright. Oh, man, did you hear that satisfying click? Was that satisfying for you? It was for me. Man, it sounded like I was back in high school for a second. Alright. Which one is on this? Okay. The 9:30 seconds is on it right now, because that's totally a real measurement that you need to take for a fuel line. Now let's do the back one with a more normal measurement of 1/4 of an inch. Doing this just reminded me of the, what was it, the 3rd pounder from Burger King. And it didn't sell well because Americans thought that 1/4 was bigger than 1/3. And it just hurts. Maybe I've been working on German cars too long, and now I'm just spoiled by easy to understand units of measurement, and I don't know. Or, and this would probably benefit everyone, I could just stop talking about it. Okay, we'll see if that holds with some fuel pressure. Alright. I wonder what that was. Who knows? Alright. I know there's plenty more to do. It's just a matter of deciding which one to do it, or what to do first. I got some gasoline in this eye, but it feels okay so far. Maybe I should clean that up. Alright, so I am looking at this fuel rail that all the injectors are connected to, and it looks like there's this bolt here and a bolt down in there that's holding the rail on, and then this bracket is also in the way. Is this for the throttle? Yeah. So I'm going to remove the 1, 2 bolts on that, and then the 3rd bolt is also the rail bolt, and then pull it out and then start replacing the injectors one by one. I'm just going to do this on a time lapse. It'll save me a lot of time, and it'll also shorten this video a little bit for you. I just heard from a guy out in El Reno who has a new grill and set of the headlight surrounds. This one is cracked and it's all just super ungood. However, that grill is chrome and these are red, so I'm gonna probably just paint them black. I think he might be coming today. If so, then I'll go get a can of some plastic paint in black and redo that as well. So we'll see. Here are the old injectors, very ugly, and here are the new ones, very pretty. My camera battery is almost dead, so I'm going to go ahead and get the new ones put in place, and then I will turn the camera back on once that's done and show you how it looks. Alright, well I got that button back up. You can see the little orange injectors in there. Those are all good to go. Got all the bolts back in, got all the... I'm actually going to make this out of the smaller line, I think. But I got the vacuum all hooked back up. I got this put on a little bit better. I decided just to go ahead and lubricate it, and what a surprise, that worked. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and remake that real quick, and then I don't know, I got the steering components in, maybe I'll do that next, not entirely sure. I'm gonna keep charging the GoPro and then we'll figure it out from there. Alright, so I just heard from the guy in El Reno, it's right, about the new grill and headlight surrounds, and this time I'm gonna take you with me. I'll just do a little time lapse, which will be kind of fun. As you can see, we have these formerly chrome but now red surrounds, which is kind of a shame because I do like the chrome, but I don't want to deal with that if I don't have to. This grill has a crack right here, and I thought I saw another crack, so I'm going to see which one is better. Basically, I now have two sets of the front fascia, and I'll decide which piece of each is the best, and I will use that one. So, that's good news. The other thing I'm thinking about doing still is replacing the steering components down here. Let me go ahead and unbox the bits of it that I have, and we can decide from there. Alright, so the more that I think about it, the more I realize this video is getting kind of long. So, I hope you enjoyed watching it. I will continue to post new videos on this project as things get done. I think I'm going to start with the steering and a couple of other little things here and there in the next video. And hopefully the locksmith will come back tomorrow to get a new key made for this and see if we can get it started. So, anyway, thank you for watching, I do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.